Hello there. Save with Crypto here. Welcome to Save with Crypto. My name is Save with Crypto, and I'm just going to move myself there for the moment. Okay, so I'm not sure who we got watching at the moment. Looks like we're a bit thin on the ground. 3 people on YouTube, but I think one of those is me, so not massive. Nick's here. Oh, hello, Nick. That's brilliant. Okay, how you doing? What I was going to do today, I kind of realised that this slot might be clashing with a few other people. I don't really want to say who they are, otherwise everyone will rush off and watch them instead. But I did notice that DeWalt, who was part of like Andy Bitcoin Census's lot, his channel's now called Mind Pillar Markets. He's live at the moment, so I reckon there's quite a few people watching him. In fact, there is 329 people watching him as well. So if you've gone now, Nick, I understand. There's him. There's a guy in Canada as well, Alex O Crypto. He's quite popular, and he's doing this slot as well. So I don't know. I'm just wondering if we should move the time of this slot to later in the day, maybe when the actual US market's open. Florin's here anyway, so that's good. Hello, mate. How you doing? I was going to show something that I don't know, might be a bit controversial between me and Maff. I'm not sure if Maff would approve or not, but I was going to just talk about the EMAs that we use in Quadzilla, but I was going to do it without using Quadzilla, mainly because I want to maybe use portions of this for a tutorial video that I'm going to do for Quadzilla. But at the same time, I thought other people tuning in might be interested in how it all started, really. Well, it's not quite how it started, but how the ideas came together for Quadzilla. So I'm just going to start off here with looking at Bitcoin on the, what's that? That's a 1 minute time frame. Let's go to the 1 hour. And by the way, I am kind of looking. It's really weird. I've actually deleted Quadzilla off this now, so it's a little bit scary. I feel like I don't know. I feel like I'm driving a car without wearing my glasses. I can do it, but it's probably not as safe as it could be. So I guess we're looking at a trend line, something. It's quite hard with the magnet on. Let me zoom in a bit. Something like that. Okay. I think that's the kind of trend line that I'm looking at. So I wouldn't be surprised if this came down a little bit further, like to sort of 68.2K. So we'll see what happens there. And obviously, if we break that, then we'll come down a lot further. So at the moment, the trend is kind of down. But anyway, just before I do that, I was going to show you how the idea of the EMAs came together. And I'm just going to do that with a free indicator, not Quadzilla, which I can't remember now. CT Mac, I think it's called CT. No, it's not called that. Oh, that's spoilt my CT reverse. No, that's not it. Caretaker moving average. I can't even see it anymore. CT. Oh wow, it's not there. It's got to be something like that one. Let's have a look. No, it's not. Okay, well that's thwarted my plans really. But basically, what I was going to do, I was going to add some EMAs, and then show you, the basis of Quadzilla. There must be a multiple EMAs. Let's try this. Okay, looks like it's got some EMAs there. So let's see what we can change in this. Okay, this will probably work. Maybe. So that's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that's okay. So what I'm going to do here is change these to 5, 9, 21, and 55. And the fifth one, I probably won't want to show that. So let's look at style. I've never used this before, by the way. Oh, did that change those? So that is red. That one is cyan. That one is yellow. Why does it say? Oh, because that's how it's labeled, isn't it? Yellow, then green. If this doesn't work quite right, I'm going to have to change it to Quadzilla because it's not quite what I'm looking for. Okay, let's see if that works. Looks vaguely familiar. Right. Let me just look at this on the 4 hour. Okay. All right. Oh. So I'm just going to get this call. Hang on a sec. Hello? It's actually not. Any chance you could call back in about an hour's time? Yeah. Oh, yeah, send me an email. That'll be fine. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Bye. All right. Sorry about that. Sort of more internet grief sort of thing. Right. Okay. So what we're looking at here is these EMAs here. So the red one is a 5 EMA. The cyan is a 9 EMA. The yellow is a 21 EMA. And the green one is a 55 EMA. Can I turn these off? Let's turn off the... It's weird. I know that's a 5, but it says 10. Okay, let's turn that off for the moment. So what I've noticed here, I mean, this isn't my original idea, but this was like an Eric Crown thing, particularly those values, actually, the 5, 9, 21, and 55. But these are really useful for like spotting trends. So, for example, if we go out to the daily time frame, what we quite often look for, and you've probably heard me talk about it many, many times, is where we get a cross of the green 55. Ooh, let me go to a different chart where I haven't got. There you go. Quite often what you hear me talk about is where we get a cross of the green 55 and the yellow 21 EMAs. So, for example, we've got this one here. This happened on the 16th of October last year on the daily time frame, where the yellow went below the green, and then we came down, and we've actually been coming down ever since then. So that was up at 117k, and obviously we fell down like 50% or so. Now, sorry, itchy nose. Now that was obviously a good signal of the price coming down. Similarly, going up, you can see back here in April 2025, we got a bullish cross. So the yellow one went above the green 55, and up we went from 86k all the way back up to the top there. Okay. Now, generally, what I do is I'm always looking for signs of a reversal. So round about here, round about towards the end of January, it did look like the yellow 21 EMA was going to go up and cross over the green 55. And it got there, but it didn't quite happen. Now, normally when we see that kind of thing happen, the reaction is quite violent. Excuse me, I'm sort of on a drink somewhere. Where did I put it? Oh, going mad. Just hang on a sec. where I put that. Never mind. It's really weird. I had like a pint glass of water and I've completely lost it. No, I don't know. Obviously took it downstairs. Anyway, so this here, we nearly got the cross and then it didn't happen. So consequently, we came down further. Now, here again, it does look like, the yellow 21, the green 55 are starting to go more parallel and sideways. So there is a possibility that, we could get either a little relief like what we did there, or we get a full-on turnaround and the price goes back up. Personally, I think it's more like this one here. Yeah, so that's what I think anyway. Obviously, you can look at this on an even bigger time frame, so say something like the 3-day time frame. And you can see here that, we got the bearish cross back then in November, and then we've just been heading straight down. And particularly when you see the 3 EMAs, the 9, 21, and 55 in that order is a pretty strong signal that you've got a trend to the downside, or as they call it, a trend in motion. That's it. God, got to get a drink. Sorry about this. Right. Now the thing is when the price is coming down like that, you are going to get these little reliefs where it sort of like comes back a little bit, which is why we look at smaller time frames. For example, like the 4-hour. Now the 4-hour has been quite interesting over the past sort of few days because this only really went bearish on March the 20th. Okay, so about 6 days ago, about a week ago, that went bearish, and it did look last night like it had a possibility of going bullish again, and it didn't happen. Okay, got the 2 EMAs got really, really close, and then boom, it came down again. So they didn't cross, and just like we saw on the daily time frame, you can see that when they don't cross, the reaction is normally fairly violent to the other side, to the downside in that case. Or if it happens the other way, it can be the same going upwards. Let me have a look. See if I can find an example. Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, this is not a great example, but here the price was kind of chopping backwards and forwards a bit, and they didn't quite know what they were going to do. Yeah, that's not the best example, really. But basically, they didn't want to cross bearish here, did they? It looked like. Yeah, no, that's not a good example. Anyway, let's not worry about that too much for the time being. So that 4-hour to me, it says to me that kind of like little push up we got last night failed, and we're coming down. Okay. So looking at these EMAs gives us a really, really good idea of the trend. So at the moment, certainly on a macro basis, like on the daily time frame, or even the weekly. Let's go to the weekly. I mean, the weekly, incredibly so, because these EMAs turned bearish in January, and we've been coming down ever since, with them clearly in that order: cyan, yellow, green, 9, 21, 55, and we are in a downwards trend with a trend in motion to the downside. So that's where we are at the moment. So how do we typically come out of that kind of thing? Well, when we're coming down, as you'd expect, you start to see them turn around a little bit, here you can see that the cyan crossed the yellow, right? And when the cyan crosses the yellow, normally it will go as far as the green, like it did there. Okay. So what have we got at the moment? Well, the cyan is nowhere near the yellow. So that doesn't look to me like on a weekly basis we're not going to turn around anytime soon. Looking at that on, say, the daily, slightly different, because here we got the cyan crossing the yellow about 14 days ago, and since then, we've started to come up a little bit. So to me, it looks like there could be a little bit of a relief rally. Probably not very far, but we could get a little bit of a turnaround on the daily time frame, but overall the trend is still downwards. So what should we be looking for? Well, ideally you're in a massive short from 126k, but that's not the case for most of us. So it doesn't make sense to go short right now, but to see a bit of a relief and then go short might be a good idea. Similarly, you could do like some little longs going back up. So to do that, we need to look at smaller time frames. So let's have a look at the 1 hour time frame. This is probably looking quite grim. Yeah. So on the 1 hour time frame, you can see what happened here. It was looking bullish on Monday at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. We kind of went up. That was quite a good example of like the yellow was coming towards the green. Looked like it could have crossed, but it didn't. So price went boom, up again. It's now gone bearish again as of early this morning, and the price is coming down. So that's where we are at the moment. Now, that's about as far as I could ever go with moving averages, and that's because you're only looking at one dimension of the actual of the price action, which is the trend. What we also need to look at is the momentum, and this was how the original Quadzilla came in. And in fact, you can even use the free the free Quadzilla. Just trying to think how you get to it now. So I suppose if you go to the normal community, I've forgotten how you look for it. It's called Quadzilla Lite, but yeah, Quadzilla. There you go. So if you look for Quadzilla Lite, this is the free version we've made. But what this does, this only adds the momentum oscillator down the bottom. Okay, so with these EMAs up here and the momentum oscillator down here, you can get an idea of where the price is going. Because what we're looking for generally is we're looking for when the momentum is changing. So we can see that here where Quadzilla Lite puts in these kind of like red bars here or these green bars here. Now you need to use this in conjunction with what you're seeing above in the chart. So for example, here, you're seeing these green bars here, which means the momentum is probably going to go back up to the upside. But you can see because of the EMAs, we're clearly in a downtrend. Okay. So although these gave like a little relief, wasn't very much. Okay. Quadzilla Lite even shows you these trend shields here. What they mean is that it's looking like the price should go back up, but not quite yet. So you have to wait until they stop appearing, and then you see the price go back up a little bit. Okay. So what we developed after that was the idea of the Quadzilla retracement levels, which you can't see with the Quadzilla Lite and you can't see with EMAs alone. So I'm now going to just get rid of all this. So I'm going to get rid of that. I'm going to get rid of Quadzilla Lite and I'm going to put on the proper Quadzilla. This is a paid indicator, but we think is a total bargain because it shows you some things that other indicators just do not, and it gives you a real edge in the market. Anyway, just having a little look here. Hello, Kaz. My timekeeping is awful. Okay, it's fine. You're here. You're here. It's great to have you here. Okay, I'm not sure how long I'm going to be here. To be honest, I've got a few things to do today, and Maff can't come today because he's got a bit of real life stuff to do. Ozzy, good day, mate. Good day, indeed, and yeah, Florence here as well, and of course Nick. Brilliant. So I'm probably talking about stuff you know about already, anyway. So yeah, but anyway, so. This is the full Quadzilla. Now, this is where things get really useful in my mind. Because the other day, I did start to make a video. I think it was on Monday. I think it was. Yeah, Monday. Because I was seeing a few things here on the 1 hour time frame. I was seeing the fact that we did have this bullish cross here on the 1 hour time frame. It looked like the price was going to go up. And then we had this bearish retracement level up here where I was expecting the price to go up and then reject from. And it kind of almost happened on Monday, but not quite. And then it came down to this one here on Tuesday, but not quite. Wednesday, it went up there, but not quite. And then the price came down again. It's a little bit frustrating. I did actually do a little trade yesterday. Was it yesterday? Can't remember now. But the other day. Because this bullish one appeared here. So what I did a little long up here because I was hoping to long it all the way to that bearish thing there, but it never made it there. So it ended up coming back, hitting my stop loss that was in profit, and it came down again. But now, to me, it's actually looking like it could get to there, like 68,485. So at that point, I would be looking for similar signs like we've got here. So when it came down here, we saw this convergence band go below the 20% line. We saw the super up indicator. Sorry, let's call that the super up signal. Super up signal and also a green bar there. We saw all that on the 1 hour. At the moment, we haven't got anything like that. So I don't think, it's going to go up just at the moment. And also bear in mind as well, back here, we were in a downtrend, and really everything was looking still pretty grim because you've still got a trend in motion to the downside. And indeed, it didn't go up straight away until we started to see these EMAs kind of flatten off a little bit, and then it went back up. So for the moment, we've had this bearish cross here on these EMAs. The price is coming down. It's all looking pretty grim. So I think I'm going to be looking for a little longs. I'm going to be looking for some kind of like small-ish long trades, very cautious long trades in this area here, sort of like 67.5 up to about 68.5. So about $1,000 range there. So I'm going to be looking for longs there, expecting a bit of a bounce up there if we start to see similar things to like what we saw here. Okay. And then I'm hoping that we will get up to here, to this red bearish retracement at about 72.1, 72.2, and then reject down, at which point I want to do like quite a chunky short, because I think that might be the one that brings prices much lower. Okay. So we want to see what's happening in the more short term. So what I found quite useful is if I put in a horizontal ray from the 1 hour time frame, put something like that in at that level there, make it green so I know it's a bullish one, and I normally give it some text saying say like what 1 hour retracement, something like that. Okay. So there it is there. And then I can look at that on other time frames, such as the 12-minute. And that's interesting because we've also got these levels here. Okay. So The red one there, that's the completion. That's a step 3 of a bearish retracement. So that's already done the sort of down up. Okay. And it's not come back down to this level yet. So it's still got to do that. So that level there is looking quite likely as well. 67,827. Okay. So I'm going to just mark an array there. Okay. So it doesn't really matter if it's not dead on. And let's call that a, what should I call that? I'll call that one step 3. Okay. So that will be the completion step of that retracement. So those two levels look quite likely. Let's just try something like super small, like a 3 minute. Okay, 3 minute. I mean, there are these levels back here that, you know, they do sort of stay relevant, don't they? And they're all kind of around that area. Even going down to the 1 minute, probably doesn't show as much. No, that's not particularly handy. Let's just try something random like a 30 minute. Okay, nothing much to see there. So I think generally, if we draw a little box, and even just zooming back, I can even turn Quadzilla off actually. Oops. Oh. Even just zooming back, you can see this area here was fairly busy in the past. Let's do my usual trick of going back to the monthly time frame, see what we can see. Because I bet you there'll be some like pivot points or something like that that has been important in that area. Okay, so what can you see? Well, a few things, I think. I would say that high there from the 1st of November 2021, obviously that's relevant. I tend to make these purple. I'll try and do magenta. I'm not quite sure what color magenta is. Is that magenta? Yes, that high there from whenever I said November 2021, that looks fairly important. You can also see this kind of pivot here from May to June of 2024. That looks fairly relevant as well. And if we were to go quite a bit lower, this kind of pivot here from July and August that was 2024, wasn't it? 2024. They look quite feasible as well. And then beyond that, I suppose you could argue that things like these ends of these wicks here, when the price reversed, are obviously going to be important for lower levels. But I don't think we're quite there yet. I think we've got a little bit of a, well, maybe a little bit of a bounce before we have a proper dump. So that's kind of what I'm looking at. Anyway, let's go back out to let's go to 1 minute. I know we love the 1 minute, which is a crazy time frame. Which is interesting now, isn't it? Because now you can see that when was that? That was Thursday. That's today, isn't it? So we have just bounced off that monthly level that I've just drawn in, which was pretty much the November 2021 high. Oh, this is so complicated because that would make me think that maybe that was the bounce. I don't know. What do we think? Does it make sense with Quadzilla? Wow. Gave a couple of green backgrounds there. That's only the 1 minute though. Let's go out further. Still looks to me like we need to come down a little bit further, because at this convergence band isn't properly below that 20% level just yet. So that's not quite, I don't know. Could we get a little sweep down here before we go back up? I don't know. The fact that these EMAs went bearish there does make me think that the price needs to come down further. Obviously, if we go below that low there, that was from Tuesday, then that would certainly signify a more bearish situation. I mean, you can see here, there's a kind of M pattern there, isn't there? Which is normally bearish. So I do think we've got to come down a little bit further. I think that temporary bounce off that old monthly level, I think that's a bit of a red herring, to be honest. I think we'll come down to this 1 hour retracement at least. Anyway, that's what I think. I'm just going to run the what do you call it, the disclaimer, just to keep YouTube happy. Please note that this content is for educational and entertainment purposes only and is not financial advice. Any information or opinions provided are not guaranteed to be accurate or complete. Always conduct your own research before making any financial decisions. A full legal disclaimer is in the description of each video and live stream. Okay, I'm also going to just show you this video I made today talking about the Bitunix campaign, which ends tomorrow. There's a few bits I need to change in it, or a few bits that aren't relevant anymore. One is the winning the holiday to Dubai. Obviously, that's that's not what you want to do at the moment. And also the fact that I said that if you open a Bitunix account with our link and you put $1,000 worth of something in there, we'll give you Quadzilla for the duration of the campaign. Obviously, that's only going to be 1 day now because the campaign ends tomorrow. So we'll actually give you a month. We'll give you a calendar month if you do that in the next 24 hours or 48 hours or whatever. But I'm just going to show you this anyway. Okay, so this Bitunix campaign is really generous, really good, really achievable as well. It's running until March the 27th, 2026. So what you will be getting is things like future bonuses, which you'll just get anyway. And then if you trade certain volumes, you can achieve things like a $15 bonus up to a vacation in Dubai, which includes flights and a 4-star hotel with a value of up to $8,000. Now, to get that, you need to achieve quite a high trading volume, 150 million, which is a lot. The prizes in the middle, I think, are very achievable. For example, if you trade 1 million volume, then you're going to get $100 bonus, and you're also going to get Quadzilla for a whole year, which is actually worth $980. So a very nice prize. Now, $1 million trading volume, does that sound crazy? Well, to be honest, if you're trading with, say, $1,000, you're using 10x leverage. Every time you open and close a trade, that's $10,000 in volume. Now, what I tend to do is I tend to be taking bits of profit here and there, adding bits to trade, so that all adds up as well. And I started trading with Bitunix this year on $300 in January. I've now got that up to nearly $2,000. My trading volume is just under 1 million at the moment. So I would certainly be in line for that kind of reward. I do actually think I can get it much higher. And what I'd really like to get is an iPhone 17. So you can see that there are lots of prizes that are well worth getting. Now, in addition to this, we want to give you some extra rewards just for being involved with the campaign. But we also want you to get these rewards as well. So you need to trade and you need an edge, and the best edge is Quadzilla. So here's the deal. So you'll need to sign up to Bitunix using our link. If you've signed up already with our link, that's fine. If you have signed up with nobody's link or somebody else's link, then there's not a lot we can do about it. I would suggest that you just make a new account. And that, of course, is perfectly easy to do with Bitunix because there is no KYC. Then you need to have a balance of $1,000 or more in your account. And you need to make just one trade. If you make more, that's fine. We want to see that you actually are prepared to trade. And then what you do, you send me your Bitunix UID. You can either DM me in the Discord, or if you're on a live stream, you can chat. You can even leave a comment below a video and I can take it from there. We'd also like you to get involved with the YouTube channel by joining in the live stream chats, or if you can't do that, maybe commenting on a video, definitely liking the videos and live streams. And of course, if you post on X or wherever else you post social stuff, that would be much appreciated too. And here's what we're going to give you. We're going to give you free Quadzilla access until March the 27th, 2026. We're also going to give you free and full Discord access until March the 27th. We could also give you Bitunix VIP status for 1 month. Now, this isn't quite instant because I have to get it approved by the affiliate manager. So it can take up to 24 hours, but essentially you'll probably get that within a few hours of you sending me your UID. And then, of course, in addition from Bitunix, you're going to get all their rewards as well. And just to remind you that all the bonuses and giveaways are only for people using our Bitunix affiliate link. The link for that will be in the description down below, and we'll also post it a lot on X, and of course it will be in the Discord as well. Or of course you can just go to savewithcrypto.org/Bitunix. And remember, if you've signed up with somebody else's affiliate link, we can't do anything about that, so make a new account, fund it, and then send us the UID. Okay, so the goal here is to get as much free money as possible, and we're helping you by giving you Quadzilla access, Discord access, and doing everything we can to help you make lots of money. Okay, so go ahead, sign up, savewithcrypto.org/Bitunix. See you in the Discord. Okay, so I have actually updated that page now to take away the Dubai holiday. So now it just says luxury vacation there. And I've changed it to, where's it gone now? Yeah, we give you free Quadzilla access for a full month. So that would, if you did that today, you'd get it till the 27th of April. And yeah, we can still do the VIP 7. We can also give you, if you fund your account with say $100, we'll give you VIP 5 instead of VIP 7. So that's pretty cool. It's not as good, but it's not bad. All right, so that's where we are with that. Let's go back to the chart for the moment. I think Bitcoin's still merrily dumping away. Let's get out to 1 minute. And I just want to look at some comments that I've just seen in a second. Guys, it's interesting. There's this level, 69,127. That was indeed the high of the last bull market, wasn't it? It's so weird how that happens, isn't it? That kind of historical levels. Anyway, so let's have a look what's going on. So as I said, if it drops, if it drops, we seem to be getting gobbled up. It does indeed. It does indeed. I mean, there's definitely a lot of support, kind of where we are. I would say. Nick, what is your favorite crypto exchange? Right. Oh, God, that's a good question, actually. I'm going to have to do a comparison about this, actually, but I was going to say it is now Bitunix. I think I'll have to sort of qualify this by saying Bitunix is my favorite non-KYC exchange. Okay. By the way, if you're in that page that I've put in the chat, actually, I'm going to pin it as well. Let me do that. There you go. It's pinned at the top of the chat now. If you go to this page here and go to sign up to Bitunix, you will get to the sign up page to Bitunix, and that is also showing that the current campaign we got going on goes on for a day. Like I'm saying, if you put $1,000 in there, let me know your UID, and I will upgrade you to VIP 7 for a month. Right, I like Bitunix because it's easy to use. It's got it's got pretty much all the features I want, and they all work properly. The only thing about it is it's got something that annoys me at the moment. Excuse me. And I can't actually show you the computer I've got, but it's basically when you're doing the coin M trading. So say, for example, I've got a trade at the moment with, well, I did have a trade where I'm trading Bitcoin. It actually shows you your unrealized profit in Bitcoin rather than the dollar equivalent. And I find that really annoying. Whereas ByBit does show you both, which I find really good. And it's one of those little things that makes me think, I've forgotten about that. I don't like how Bitunix do that. I'm going to have a word with Alex, the affiliate guy, because I think that's a really off-putting thing. It's one of the only things that makes me not put Bitunix at the top of my favorite exchanges. My favorite exchange, I would probably say, is ByBit. But ByBit you can't use in quite a lot of countries. In fact, I don't think I'm supposed to be using it in the UK for derivative trading, so like futures trading. I am doing that because I've used my Palo ID as for KYC, which they don't allow anymore. So I think if you've done the KYC with Palo, then you're in a good spot. But there are, again, things that aren't quite perfect with ByBit. For example, I can't get good campaigns like this for new users, or even existing users. I mean, this one here is great. These trading volumes are really easy to achieve, and you get the freebies. I can do the upgrades to VIP 7 for you. I can do all that with Bitunix. ByBit are really stingy about what I can offer, so that kind of makes me not want to promote ByBit so much. Whereas Bitunix, they're very, very accommodating. Security wise, I think Bitunix and Blofin are both very, very good because they use third parties to custody the funds. Bitunix uses a thing called Kobo, and Blofin uses a thing called Fireblocks. Similar kinds of ideas, really. But that gives you an extra level of security there. ByBit, I can't fault at all. I mean, even when they got hacked the other year, and I think someone stole, I don't know, I can't remember what it was. It was an enormous amount of money, like $3 billion worth of something, and the exchange just plodded on and carried on as normal. Nobody was really affected. It was amazing, really. So I think ByBit are my favorite. Bitunix, certainly, they're probably my favorite one to promote because almost anyone can use Bitunix. I think the only country you can't use Bitunix in are, I'm not sure about Singapore, actually, to be honest. I think Singapore might be a problem. North Korea, Iran, and China, I think, are the only countries where you can't use Bitunix. So yeah, I really like Bitunix. I mean, go to savewith.crypto.org/Bitunix, and then you'll get free access to our Discord and everything like that. And as I say, put $1,000 worth of something in there, and we'll upgrade you to VIP 7. And yeah, so it's all good, really. So that's that. Okay. So that's me doing it. All right, Nick's give me a thumbs up there. Thank you. So yeah, I suppose I should pop the URL in there. It's in the description as well, but savewithcrypto.org/Bitunix. So that's what I would use. I mean, Blofin I was quite into for a while, but I don't know. I just prefer Bitunix, really. I find it, pretty cool. What I do like on Bitunix, you can do a partial trailing stop loss. So if you've got a trade going, you can actually have it so that say you were long from down here and the price is going up, then you could think, okay, I want a stop loss that's always like $118 behind where the price is. So as the price goes up, the stop loss would follow it up, and eventually, when it wicks back down for some reason, it will close the trade. Now, I quite like doing that, especially when I sort of go to sleep with a trade open. But I don't necessarily want to close the entire trade. I might just want to close a bit of it. So with Bitunix, you can set a partial trading stop loss. With ByBit, you can't. It's either all or nothing. So every exchange seems to have different advantages over other ones. So yeah, but overall, I think at the moment, I'd say Bitunix is definitely my favorite. Okay, so Bitcoin's doing the usual kind of 1 minute stuff where it's obeying Quadzilla beautifully. So it went up here, drew this bearish retracement there, and it's just gone back up there, closed it, and come back down again as it's supposed to. It does look to me like it. I don't know. It's funny when you look at it on the 1 minute time frame, because you think, will it go back and close these levels up here? Yeah, it will at some point. It's just hard to know when. Let's go. So I've got the 12 minute again. I think. I know you shouldn't think. But where's my pen thingy gone? Is it here? Isn't it? There it is. So ideally, if we want the price to go back up, we've got a low here. And what we want to achieve is a higher low. So maybe something, in that area there. So to me, it kind of makes sense that we actually come down a bit further. Maybe close those two like that, and then we go back up. Unless we fail to hold these levels, or even after it's done that, we plummet down again. But yeah, I think that kind of area there is going to be interesting. That's what I reckon. Right. I'm probably going to shoot off in a minute, actually, because I've got to do a few things. What else can we look at? Anything else interesting on the charts? Pippin. How's Pippin doing? Pippin died, didn't it? Pretty much. Yeah. Oh, look at that. Oops. Look how good that is. It's nearly down to that daily retracement there. Now, one of our guys in the Discord, I think it's Teamwork, I think, he was shorting Pippin from up here. So I'm not quite sure if he's still in a long-term short. But if he was, wow, that's down 90 odd percent. Yeah, I didn't get involved with Pippin because I don't know. I know it's very, very manipulated. So that the owners hold a ginormous amount of the tokens, and I think they can just do what they want with it, really. So they're probably taking their money and then dumping it on everyone else now. So yeah, that's been an interesting ride up and down. It's weird though. Even today, that's 14% up. So how long was that? That was that was a month ago, right? So it's lost about 90% of its value in a month. That's brilliant. Okay. But yeah, that was never one to hold, was it, for long periods of time? What else have we got? What's a bad one? Solana's having a right old battery, isn't it? But I don't know. A lot of these, though, are showing a little bit of kind of what we saw back here, where we just might get a little bit more of a pump up before we go down. But yeah, I honestly think those hourly levels are the interesting ones. And I'm certainly going to be looking at things round about there. All right, I'm probably going to leave it there because I need to shoot off and do a few things and all that. Unfortunately, this afternoon, because Maff is busy, he has a busy work day. He can't do his Maftopia stream either, which is a bit of a shame. So unfortunately, we're not doing that this afternoon. Kaz saying, have you still been looking at Sol or not so much? I haven't actually. I kind of I was enjoying trading it, and it was going pretty good. And then it got to the stage where I was just hanging on to Sol as Sol, because I was trading that on the inverse perpetual, the coin M thing on Bitunix. And as I was doing that, the value of it was just disappearing, sort of thing. So I actually sold it at, can't remember now, 100 and something, I think. So I'm not actually holding Sol at the moment. So kind of lost interest a little bit in trading Sol. I kind of figure now that everything's going to follow Bitcoin. Well, I suppose everything's affected by oil, really, isn't it? So, so I don't know, but I think crypto-wise, I'm only interested in trading Bitcoin, to be honest, because I think that just leads the way for everything, really. Anyway, Aussie negotiating pump bombing Iran dump. Negotiating pump bombing Iran. Yeah, it's going to be news, isn't it? And as you say, Trump pump and dump. Do you actually mean Trump, like a Trump coin, or just Trump pumping and dumping? Let's have a quick look at Trump before we go. I actually made a little bit with Trump back in the summer. I basically, when was it? It was no, it wasn't March, was it? When was it? When did it all happen? Oh Christ! I didn't realize the chart looked like that. Was it January? I suppose it was, wasn't it? Thinking about it. Yeah, because of course it was the time of his inauguration, wasn't it? Yeah, I always thought it was in the summer or something. Don't know what I'm thinking of. Yeah. Okay, it's a bit like the Pippin chart, isn't it? That's I'm not touching that. You probably could get a little pump in it though, couldn't you? How good are these super ups on the? So if you see one of these super up signals like that, that's probably good for a little pump. This one here, not bad. These ones not so. Yeah, it once again, it's like I was saying at the start. If you see the bullish sort of signals down here, do check out what the actual trend of the asset is doing, because you can see here that's clearly in a down. What do you call it? A trend in motion to the downside here, clearly. So yeah, at the moment, that is indeed trending down, even though you got like a little pump there. So that's probably going to be very short-lived and probably come back down, maybe to that level there. I I don't want to trade this sort of thing, but I must admit it'd be tempting to set stink bids to try and catch wicks like that, wouldn't it? You know, maybe put one up here anyway, just in case it goes woof like that. But you never know with these things because they just they just move so quick, don't they? Anyway, is that it? Are we done? Trump controlling the whole market. He is, isn't he? I actually wondered, like, you know, the people who actually have voted for him, you know, in the States. I mean, are they actually now thinking that, you know, they made a good decision? I mean, they probably are, because, like, you know, Trumpophiles are sort of very loyal people, aren't they? And but they must be seeing it by now. Whereas, like, you know, like electronic goods that are all made in like China and stuff. I mean, they're going to be more expensive now because it's not China who paid the tariffs on all the imports to the US, is it? I mean, they just put their prices up for the US consumers. So, you know, everything must have just gone up in value, gone up in cost in the States, and now everyone's, you know, stocks and shares and crypto has all been like slashed, and you know, they must be thinking, like, you know, we're actually not tired of winning. You know, we're actually very pissed off with losing. So there's that. Oh dear. Anyway, all right, I'm gonna go. So I've got a really tickly throat actually. You know. All right. Well, I'm going to pop off. I've done it now, so that should keep YouTube happy, and hopefully have kept some of you happy as well. Cheers. Oh, thanks, Ozzy. Yeah, always great to see you. I'd say we'll pump massively if he's impeached. Oh God, yeah, me too, I think, but who knows? Anyway. All right, thank you so much, everyone, for coming along. That's really cool. Sorry, we're not doing Maftopia this afternoon. Maff will be back here tomorrow with me, though, which will be great. Yeah, do check out that Bitunix link, savewith.crypto.org/Bitunix. The offer to what I was talking about, that page I made on my site, is pinned at the top of the chat here, so do check that out. Otherwise, see you all tomorrow. I'll probably make a video later on about something, but other than that, see you tomorrow, and thanks a lot, and please do click like on the live stream. It really, really, really does help. All right.